Hello, and welcome to another nail from my Lady Gaga set. I'm still ill, yay! So this is the middle finger. I have sculpted using Glitter Planet's Nailmate acrylic system in shade Goddess, and I've done my filing because you saw that in the long video. So if you haven't seen that one, I will remember to link it on the side, hopefully. But if not, just go and look. It's there. It's the long video showing the full sculpting and shaping process. So I've done that just so you don't have to watch that again. And then I've filed and buffed the nail, and now I'm going in with Madame Glam's Velvet Matte top coat. Sorry, I've got really bad larynx and a bad chest. So I'm just doing a thin coat across the whole nail because we are going to do some freehand work on this one. So the first nail I did was really complicated, it took a really long time, and it was a lot of structural three-dimensional work. This one is that what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Like the lace effect that Lady Gaga has on her outfit on the neck. I will put that in a minute to show you. And it's like a corset type effect. That's what I'm saying. So I'm using black gel paint to do a French, a really deep French, and mapping that out right now. I actually found it easier mapping it on this than I do on a short nail. Don't know why. I'm just going to take my time. I don't want it to be too thick. I'm happy to do 2 coats if necessary because there's a lot of gel to cure and I don't want any issues because gel paint is always thicker, but it's more pigmented. So you don't need as much, but there's nothing wrong with going in and adding a little bit more. I generally don't have to, but I did use a actual gel brush. And that gel brush did apply it thinner than if I was using this brush, for example. But I'm not going to paint this whole nail with that tiny brush. It's too small. What are you drinking? I'm having a Coke Zero. I probably should have a lemon honey tea because clearly my voice box is not recuperating very well. So I'm just trying to be slow and methodical, really. Anchoring that pinky nail against the opposite hand to keep my hand steady. And then just working down the nail. I don't even have that sexy husky voice anymore. It's not like the M&S lady. Maybe I need to talk down here. I just got an annoying voice now. It's just bad. So yeah, with a nail like this, I just think break it into sections. Obviously I won't cure it until the whole thing's done. But the way I do the sides is different to the way I'm going to do like the tip of the nail. I do like a deep French though. I just think they look so elegant and beautiful. I'm going to change my form positioning when I sculpt my next 2 nails because I think the form needs to tilt down a little bit because I notice the tip seems to tilt up a little bit. So I'm going to work with that. Right, so I've got my Madame Glam application brush, which you can use for hard gel or gel paint. You can use it for whatever you want, really. It's a good hard gel brush. And I'm using that to speed up this process, otherwise it would take ages. But because it's a bigger brush, I feel like it disperses the gel slightly thinner. But that's okay, because you can build it up. And then you won't get any curing issues or anything like that. Such a beautiful, rich black gel. I really like the colour scheme on this as well. I hope you're all doing well. I've had that debate about filing after capping. I'm going to try it. I've seen people do it and I couldn't understand why. But I've been assured that you don't get chipping, so I'm going to try it. Because after capping the nail, sometimes you look and you go, oh, I've lost a bit of the shape, especially with certain shapes, like when you need a crisp edge. So I think I'm going to try that in the future when I finally do my nails. I really want to do my nails. I've got a set in my head. I just haven't had time. I need to finish these ones. Right, that's cured. And I'm just going to lightly go over this section because I felt like the brush had dispersed the gel a little bit thinner than I wanted, and it just wasn't quite as dark. But I was being picky. I was holding it up against the light and kind of examining it. But the sides were fine. So that's back in the lamp now for another minute. And now I've got this silver chrome effect gel. It doesn't go shiny like chrome, but I have had it a long time. And I don't know if that's the problem. But I'm using it to make the eyes of the corset, like where the string would go through. So I'm going to do that all the way down. A little bit of it came off there, so I'm just going to get some isopropyl alcohol on my brush and just disperse of that. If my voice is annoying you, just mute me and watch the video. And I'm going to just go all the way down the nail and try and keep the dots as even as possible. I'll do this side on camera and then the other side off camera purely because I needed to hold the nail closer and like really pay attention to it so that I had the spacing evenly on the opposite side. Don't think I would have been able to do that on camera because I kind of feel like I work really far away from myself, which is probably why I can't see half the time. My dotting tool is from Glitter Planet. I've had the set for ages because once you get them you don't really need to replace them. They're really cute. They've got little balls inside, so I'm just checking if there's any kind of spillage, just tidy up anything that might have dripped off the edge because I want it to look tight, and then that'll have a minute cure in my lamp. And then I've done the same on the other side, as you can see. So I'm taking the Christmas Essence, the red gel that's in this set, and I'm basically going to do the crisscross lace type pattern. I'll do a couple and then flash cure, do a couple flash cure because I can't trust myself. You're trying to draw a straight line on a curved surface, so it can be difficult. So it's easier to flash cure as you go to avoid kind of getting 3/4 of the way down the nail and then you have a wobble and you've got to try and wipe off that little piece and you end up smudging the rest of it and then you've got to start again. Yeah, it's much easier just to flash cure. And take your time, always anchor your pinky. It just keeps a steady hand. If your elbows are on the table or your forearms are on the table and then you anchor your pinky, there's no point trying, well for me anyway, trying to paint something like that with my arms up because you have too many micro movements that would make it wonky unless you're super steady-handed, but I'm not. And I get like anxiety, so sometimes I just get shaky. And I'm just, if I'm having a shaky day, then that's that. You can see it coming together now though. It's super sexy, I love it, it's really cute. And it's quite a simple design, really. The main work is in the sculpting of the nail. But I think collaboratively as a set, hopefully it's going to look good. I don't know, it might look really disjointed, I'm not sure. But I'm kind of balls deep now, so I can't stop. Just need to crack on. So yeah, continuing this down. And I've got Madame Glam's new pastel spritz collection. I've done my swatches on TikTok, and I think I will potentially do a live on YouTube, or I'll do a video because I have some cute ideas for that as well. I might do a video. in between my Madam Glam nails. So it's like Madam Glam nail, normal nails, Madam Glam nail, normal nails. And show you, because the collection's absolutely beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I think it's the best spring collection they've ever launched, in my opinion, because there's the pastel shades in cream, and then there's the pastel shades in pearl, and they are just absolutely beautiful. Right, so there we go. I cure that, and then I decided I need to tie it in at the bottom because it felt like it just cut off. And I did debate doing the strings at the top, but I drew them on and I didn't like them. So I decided that we need bling. We need crystals. In fact, I've changed my idea for the next nail on this set as well, because well, I'll explain when I do it. I'll explain. We need bling. It's just life. Bling is life. So I'm just going to grab my my red Alina crystals and do a tiny little cuff. Nothing major. Just a nice little cuff nail. Nice and simples. And straight away I'm like, yes, we need the bling. The bling was required. Life is better with bling. Put that on a t-shirt as well. So many t-shirt ideas. So I think, I don't know the sizes. I would guess that it's like an SS8 and then an SS5. But I'm not entirely sure. They might be a 4. I can't remember. Because I've made the mix, so I can't actually remember what's in it now. It's just a mix of my red crystals. But it doesn't really matter anyway. You can put whatever you want if you wanted to recreate it. But if you do want to recreate it, carve out a lot of time. This little idea of mine that popped in my head and went, ooh, wouldn't it be good if? Yeah, it's taken hours and hours and hours and hours. And then you've got the editing, which I'm doing now. There you go. Right, we're doing a glossy top coat. This needs to shine. So Madam Glam No Wipe gloss top coat. Get that all over it. Absolutely beautiful. And we'll do a nice thick layer of that and then get her in the lamp. Yeah, I feel like this nail was a lot quicker because it was just less fiddly. The other one was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. But you know, it is done now. So, and it's, you know, I'm glad that it's done. Down that tip, make sure I'm capping those edges. Make sure there's enough product there. It's quite easy when you've got a big nail to kind of miss bits. That sounds silly, but it does happen. I'm going to get my detailer brush to seal in the crystals with some top coat, and then they won't move, because at the end of the day these nails are going to be kept for a while, so I need to make sure they stay intact. The other one with all the metal bars on, that one's perfect. You could chuck it down the road and it wouldn't lose anything, like it's solid. I'm not going to chuck it down the road though. I need to get a little case maybe to put them in. Right, there we are, that's the finished nail. I'll stick it on quickly so you can have a look and see. There you go. Look at that bad boy. So 2 left to go. Can you guess what I'm going to do? You have seen the paper, so you probably can. Anyway, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.